Girl, don't even say nothing. It's probably better because it's kind of fallen just a little bit. Don't you just love how I'm in here giving like little baby cooking tips like I'm some little junior baby chef? I didn't plan to do this, but I'm really glad I did. Don't even talk about it, girl. Don't even say nothing. I have my hair in like a couple of little makeshift Bantu knots. That's the only thing I could come up with last night to do with it. I didn't want to, try to completely comb it all out to like retwist it again. I told y'all in a video where I kind of did a little Huda Beauty. You'll see that that'll be out before this comes out. But I did like a little pass on my hair with a hot tool. So yeah, I didn't want to do a whole lot more, maneuvering or manipulation or whatever the word is to the hair. So I just kind of, misted it a little bit with some curl refresher and then put it in these Bantu knots last night to go to bed. So yeah, it's Sunday morning. Today is the 15th of February. I am about to sit here for a little bit. I'm kind of, in bed still, not sleep, but like, I have my laptop here. I'm going to do a little bit of work. I have some editing I need to get done. Have a little bit of coffee. And then we'll probably do some things outside today if I get a chance to get everything organized and get it done. Otherwise, we'll do it earlier in the week. But for now, yeah, I just wanted to pop in really quick and say, hey, how are you enjoying your long weekend? If you have a significant other or you decided to do a solo date with yourself, girl, tell me how you spent your Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day or whatever you call it in your life or whatever. So yeah, I'll stop rambling now, get into the video, and yeah, I'll come back on soon. My coffee is so good today. I kind of created my own creamer and I mixed it with regular creamer. Pretty good. Okay, let me get some more done. Hey y'all, it's a lot later today. I forgot to come on earlier when I took my little crazy looking Bantu knots out, makeshift Bantu knots out, and just kind of show y'all the results. So this is kind of what the hair looks like. Actually, this is probably better because it's kind of fallen just a little bit throughout the day or whatever. So I didn't mess with it too much because I'm gonna just turn around tonight and do the same thing. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and show you this really quick. I'm about to make a little cheesy, garlic cheesy sort of pasta. I had some stuff earlier, whatever, but I just want like a little snack. So I want to make a little pasta and then drink a little vitamin C drink. I told y'all before. I've been trying to make sure I'm, being consistent with probably at least 2 days a week taking my vitamin C supplement or drink or whatever from Sprouts. I'll show you all that too when I'm making it this evening or whatever. So yeah, but just kind of wanted to show you my little Bantu puff. So yeah. Okay, so I am going to, I'll just kind of show you what I'm doing. This is not complicated at all. And I'm not even like a pasta genius or whatever. But I am gonna do like the sauce and stuff in just like a little skillet pan or whatever. And then I'm gonna do my the actual pasta itself in like a regular pot. And I will show y'all that. I'll go ahead and do the pasta first, boil that, but I don't have real garlic. And I don't want to go buy any, so I'm just gonna put some a little bit of minced garlic in my skillet and then kind of let that soften a little bit. so that once it's ready for the sauce, and when I get ready to toss it, it's completely softened. I don't want it to have like a little crunch or a bite. Sometimes I do when I'm making like a dressing, and I kind of want like a little added crunch to like a salad or whatever. But for the pasta, I want everything to be, you know, soft. So I just kind of show you what I'm doing, and that's gonna be our little Sunday night little snack. Had some, like, you know, snackish, barish, gameish type food. But I just want a little something to put in my belly, and a little comfort. So yeah, tomorrow's a holiday, and I don't really have a lot to do tonight for like work or whatever, so I'll have plenty of time to kind of stay up, watch TV, and kind of let it digest or whatever. But anyways, yeah, I'll get started on this really quick, kind of show you what I'm doing, and then also once I make the vitamin C drink, I will show you all the packaging again for that too. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna add about 3 tablespoons of butter to the skillet, and let that melt just enough to basically get it melted. And then I'll put the garlic and maybe just a little sprinkle of minced onion as well into that butter while I boil the pasta, and then that way the garlic can start getting soft. I never know if it's enough salt. I guess this thing makes a lot of noise, but like a lot of salt doesn't come out at one time. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put a little splash of my my kosher salt as well. Where is that at? Here we go. That way I'll know if there's salt. Like a little, I guess that's like maybe a teaspoon. And then I'm gonna add the pasta once the water gets warm. I'm gonna just be using linguine, like the regular, just like little linguine. So we'll do that, and then, oh, you know what I also need to do? Let me go ahead now and I'm gonna be using mozzarella cheese. Some mozzarella cheese for this, and I'm gonna use a cup, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it out and measure it now, so that once I'm ready to do the sauce, it'll be kind of sort of, you know, not super cold. Because once I start the sauce, like, I don't want to have to stop to do anything else. I'm not gonna pack it down, but I want it to be for sure a cup, because I love cheese. So I'm gonna add another half cup to it, just so we can make sure we have cheese in our sauce. And the base for this sauce is going to be evaporated milk. Okay, I think I'm spilling it now on the counter, so that's probably enough. Okay, so see how the butter is basically melting now? I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic to the skillet and let that soften, and then get the water for the pasta going. I'm just using minced garlic that I got at Target. I'm going to be generous with the garlic. Garlic's good for you. And, you know, worry about the other things, just, girl, just brush your teeth. And you want to get like some extra little whatever to the mouth cleanse after you use, I'm using also minced onion, garlic and onion, just a little bit of the onion, not as much as the garlic. Do your mouth with coconut oil. It's called oil pulling. It not only does it get the bacteria and stuff out, it's just good for you, and it does fight the breath, girl. So yeah. That way you can have the benefits inside of garlic, but you don't have to let it come from your mouth, you know? And I'm over here like I'm just like the queen of like, you know, the tips. I got that from, I don't know who, but I got it from like, I don't know, some YouTube thing I was watching on like holistic something or whatever. So I didn't create it. I didn't make it up. I learned about it, the oil pulling, actually probably a year and a half ago now. So yeah, sharing's caring. Okay, so I'm gonna turn off the butter, take that off the heat, remove that from the heat, let that sit over there. My water is gonna get hot. I did go ahead and measure the cheese. I'm just using, like I said, mozzarella cheese. And it's kind of like a cup that I'm using, but I want to have a little extra, and I want it to already be room temperature. So I'm going ahead and take that out in worst case scenario. If the sauce gets to whatever, I'll just sprinkle it on the top of my my bowl or whatever. And then, here, let me take you over here really quick. I'm going to be using evaporated milk. That's going to be the base for the sauce. So, yeah. Okay, this is the vitamin C from Sprouts. I feel like I did a short or something and I showed all this in the store. But it's like a serving. It has 0 sugars added, just the pineapple mango flavor, antioxidants, electrolytes, essential nutrients, and B vitamins. And it is 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. So that's what I'm going to be using to make my little drink. And they come in little packets like this, and you just pour it into like, I think it's 6 ounces of water. What does it say? Oh, here on this side. Okay. It says, yeah, 4 to 6 ounces of water. So I'm going to do mine's probably about 4 to 5 ounces of water, and then I'm going to add ice once I'm ready to drink it. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So once the pasta's ready, I can eat and not have to do this part.
Use my own 2 eyes to see, 'cause always make you think you going crazy. Something in the way they lie, manipulation, no more patience.
It says shake well, so let's do that before we
things
open it.
that I'd rather do than to be fishing for truth. Am I in the twilight zone, or am I just a fool so wrong?
Give that a second. And then we'll open a can so it'll be ready for the sauce.
That I'm a shooter, think I'll take 5 shots. 1 for the day that I learned 2 for the bridges you burned.
I'm just checking on the pasta. I don't want it to be completely mushy, but I don't technically want it al dente either, since it won't really be cooking in the sauce. It'll just kind of be more like tossed around. So I will set one of these out just to kind of let it cool off really quick and then taste it. And then you can see here how the garlic and onion have softened in the melted butter. This is off once the pasta's done and I drain the pasta and just put like a splash of olive oil in the pasta and put it back in the pot and have it ready to go, then we'll turn everything on because we have to pay attention to the evaporated milk so we don't basically scorch the sauce or whatever it's called. Okay, let's taste our pasta. Okay, that's good. That's perfect. We're gonna go ahead and turn the water off. So let that sit for just a second. Top off. Maybe just a couple minutes and let that drain. But because I won't be putting it into like a cold bath, you know, it's hot pasta. It'll still kind of continue to cook or whatever. So, all right, and I'll put you guys down so you can see me do the sauce or whatever. Just a really quick sauce. Again, it's a garlic, creamy garlic, cheesy sauce. I don't know what it's called. It's basically evaporated milk, butter, garlic. I put a little bit of onion, and then you can kind of season it, salt, pepper to taste. I will probably put a little swig of salt on top of the butter mixture right here before I kind of get the sauce going, so that I'm not having to do that after the fact. Again, once the milk is in there, you kind of want to just keep going until you take it off the heat. And I'll put probably a little sprinkle of red pepper flakes in my bowl. All right. Okay, let's drain the pasta. Let that drain really good. I mean, a little bit of liquid left is fine, but like just not a bunch. So we don't want the sauce to get watery. Okay. And then, put that back in the pot. And then I'm gonna add just a little swig of oil, a little bit of olive oil. Then we'll give that a little mix. Just to kind of coat it so that once I get ready to put it in the sauce, it's not like completely stuck together. Take it off this main heat and put it to the back so it doesn't continue to cook. All right, and then let's get ready to do the sauce. Okay, because I already have the garlic and the butter already melted, I'm just gonna turn this on. I just know from experience that you want the heat to be more like a low heat. Because I already have the garlic and the onion already in the skillet, and it's kind of already got a taste of the heat, so it's already kind of started cooking. I'm gonna start the skillet just on a low heat. Plus, I read in a recipe for something else one time, whenever you're using mozzarella, to do it on a low heat. So kind of just gradually keep kind of like the concept of maybe when you're doing a roux, you just gotta have it on low, but keep stirring. So it doesn't, there's a word for when you mess up the sauce with cheese. I forget what it's called, but then it starts getting all separated and crap. So hopefully that doesn't happen to us today. So I'm just gonna have it on low, and we'll keep our fingers crossed. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and add that little bit of salt to our butter and garlic, onion little situation in the skillet already, so that once I get the evaporated milk and all that going, I don't have to try to incorporate it at that point and screw up the sauce. That was probably, if I had to guess, like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt I just used. And I can kind of smell the garlic fragrance coming off of the skillet now, so that's kind of another way you know it's kind of heating up. Plus, obviously, you can feel it. But I have it on 2. I'm gonna put it on 3, so it'll be kind of right in the middle of starting medium. So once we see the butter kind of start to maybe, it'll look like it's getting semi little bubbles. That's how you know it's heating up again. I'll go ahead and add the milk in because I don't want the garlic and the onion to cook all in the butter by itself like that. I was just thinking, don't you just love how I'm in here giving like little baby cooking tips like I'm some little junior baby chef? Who do I think I am, girl? Uh, I'm definitely not a chef, not even close. But you know, just sharing because you'd be surprised at some of the basic things that I say basic, that's relative. Some of the things that I think are basic, cooking tips or ideas or whatever, some people have no clue. Just like where my level of knowledge is, you know, above that, I have no clue. So yeah, just sharing because you never know who sees your videos. So yeah, not a professional at any level of cooking. I just, you know, in the early 50s, I feel like, you know, I've cooked pretty much since I was teenagery, kind of helping in the kitchen with my mom and my dad or whatever. And then obviously on my own, I'm a mom. So yeah, I've cooked for over 30 years. So just sharing the little things, the little tidbits that I know, and hopefully it helps somebody. I'm trying to get this as close as I can so that you can see what I'm talking about. If you can kind of focus in, you see how the butter is basically now kind of doing the bubble thing, the very like small little bubble. It's obviously I can feel the heat, but you can smell the garlic aroma and all that. So I'm going to go ahead and get started now because I don't want, like I said, that to burn. I am going to add a little bit of white pepper to this before I put the I said a little bit, y'all. Again, that's relative. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in the milk because we don't want that to burn. So just add in the whole can of milk and then kind of just let that heat up. I have my silicone spoon here to kind of keep things stirring around. Right now there's no cheese in here. We just kind of want it to all mix up and heat up. And then once the milk gets to kind of where it's heated a little bit, then I'll go ahead and start adding in the cheese. But once, you know, you start adding in the cheese, you kind of want to make sure you just keep stirring like I already said so that it doesn't, I don't know what it's called. We'll separate, burn, I don't know, scorch, whatever, girl. And this is also a good place to maybe, it looks like a bug, but it's a piece of pepper that didn't separate. Let's stir that up. Because I'm like, no ma'am. Anyways, this is a good time also to taste this, to make sure you love it. Since, you know, it's just basically milk. There's no raw anything in here technically, so good little time to taste these. And so I have these cute little where are they? These little spoons. They're really like for like dessert kind of things. So I just like, you know, stick it in there really good and get a little bit, let it cool. And then I'll taste this and make sure we like it the way it is. I'm not a huge salt person, but I do want it to have a little splash more of salt just to kind of awaken those flavors, because that's a lot. That's a whole can of evaporated milk. That's 12 ounces. And then I know once we add the cheese, here, let me taste the cheese actually. See how much salt flavor is in that. There's some salt in that. So we just need a little splash of more salt to the thing. And again, that's your own preference, however you like it. If you don't handle salt well, or you shouldn't be having salt at all, obviously skip that part. But I don't technically cook with a lot of salt either. But I do want it to have some flavor. Or I do want the flavors to be awakened. It definitely has flavor already. Oh, let me not eat all the cheese. Yeah, I'll just do a baby splash. Literally that. Just kind of add that in. That's really cheesy. It's gonna be so good. And it starts getting more thick as well with the different, you know, amounts of pasta added in. So you just kind of put those elbows in there, girl. And then some of you might be saying, okay, I know you're not about to eat all that. I thought you wanted a snack. No, I'm not gonna eat all this. And tomorrow I'll have, you know, a little bit, and sometimes like this will be great to just go ahead and add chicken into. I'll turn this heat down. But then also the best thing I can tell you, like when it comes to reheating, I've always add a little bit of dairy in the form of like a liquid. So I'll add, for me, like a half and half, or a milk or whatever you have. Heat it up that way, in a pot on slow. Like in just a little pot, put it on like low heat and heat it up slowly like that with milk. It'll help it to not be, you know, so day after-ish. That separation, you know how you go to have pasta, and if you are someone who does take, you know, leftovers home, well, when you get ready to heat them up the next day, you know how they're just not the same as what they were in the restaurant. And they're never going to be, pasta to me is never going to be the same as if you just had it fresh. But you can at least try to have it a little bit more creamy. This is really cheesy. You can have it a little bit more, turn this off. So now I have turned the heat all the way off. So you can have it a little bit more creamy if you add the milk. So, and that's our cheesy pasta, girl. Like, it is super cheesy. That looks so good. Okay, let me put some in a little bowl and then I'll come back and show you the finished. Okay, that was quick and fun. I'm going to show you the finished product and I'm going to enjoy, and I probably will pick you guys back up tomorrow. Okay, let's see how it came out. Let's give it a little stir. It's one thing I also too about pasta, it gets cold so fast, but that's it. So good. If you're a cheese lover, I'm a cheese lover. This would be really good also too with a bubble, sparkling, whatever you want to call it, champagne. So good with that too. But I'm having this by myself, so I'm not gonna open a bottle of bubbly. If I were entertaining, or if I had, you know, family or friends over, then I would definitely open up a bottle of bubbly to have with this. So good. Obviously, cheese. Okay, y'all. Cheers. Oh, and also review on this too while I'm at it. Y'all, this is so good. It tastes literally like a drink. Like it, I mean, it is a drink. it's a powdered mix or whatever, but it doesn't taste like you're having vitamin C. I don't know what the age requirement is on there. Editing Carly I'll try to remember to mention it, because I know there's a minimum age. But if you have teenagers, or you're someone who doesn't like to take pills or, you know, tablets or whatever, or someone in your household doesn't, This is a really good way to get your vitamin C in. Not sponsored, not none of that. Sprouts has no idea who I even am. Outside of, you know, they know I shop there, but that's it. But yeah, so this is a really good drink. I do know that I've talked before about the ones that I get at Whole Foods. Hands down, I love this one better. And it's a pineapple mango kind of flavor. So I guess that's where they're sourcing the vitamin C from. All right, girl, let me finish my pasta before it gets all cold. Having a holiday day here. It's so pretty outside, so I'm actually gonna take these little makeshift bantu knots out, and we're gonna go do a little work on our computer still, but we're gonna do it at a little coffee shop. Get us a matcha. And put a little bit of got to be glued the gel on our little baby hairs, since we're kind of doing that look right now. Just framing the face a little bit. So yeah, nothing too crazy, because I'm gonna have on a little headband to tame this bantu knotted hair. Not really in a style, so it'll just be kind of, you know, back, and I just want the headband to hold that, and then we'll, yeah. So I'm just kind of taking this apart, nothing too precise or anything, just literally taking them apart and then taking the sections like apart like that, like intentionally like unstyled kind of look, and just separate it apart like that. I do have a pick, but it's not that serious today. Put our headband on, kind of get it right over those little edges, and then I'll push it back like that. Kind of put those in. And then just kind of and then before it gets too dry. Okay, that's good enough for that. And then this, we're literally just separating it to make it look less like sectioned off. Just trying to, I guess, bring it together a little bit. And it's a sunny day, so we get to rock our shades with our little bantu fro. So you can see that the right way. So yeah, that's what that looks like. Oh, let's do a little lip gloss. Put y'all back down. For lip gloss, let's do the e.l.f. The hottest fudge. Okay. All right, let's go. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's do a little fragrance today. I want to do the Gourmand Vanilla by Dossier, which is their kind of like Tom Ford Vanilla Sex. So, yeah. All right, now let's go for real.